Hello, hello, hello. I am coming to you today from my little therapy chair, but I've got a big old cat taking up most of the space and I don't want to disturb him. So here's my little plant corner. I love it. And then that says weird up there. Because we all have to become our most weird, authentic, amazing self and stop doing the cookie cutter. This is what I think you should see me as kind of stuff. Okay, so today we are going to talk about who's your frenemy. And again, if you've been following me for a while, you would know that your frenemy is your ego. Okay. And so your ego is both your friend and your foe, essentially. Okay. So when you're a little baby, you come into this world, you're this beautiful, shiny soul. Everything is wonderful. You are filled with love and shiny soul-like brightness. Okay. And then and you're all in your subconscious all of the time. Okay. Then what happens is life starts to happen, and it's kind of like an inverse bell curve, right? Like you start out shiny and new, and then like shit starts to happen. And then when traumas and negative experiences happen to you, you create survival mechanism, you create a belief about yourself, you create a behavior, okay? That becomes your ego defense mechanisms. And so what happens is you start to go, oh, I don't like the way this feels, or I don't like it when somebody does that, or whatever it is. And you create basically like this wall of protection to keep you safe. And so what happens is, like, as every experience happens, your beautiful soul worth gets chipped away, right? And then you're like at the dark night of the soul, you're at the rock bottom, whatever you want to call it. And then you are then on the inverse of this bell curve, and then you're doing your healing work, and then you're eventually healing those defense mechanisms. And then at some point you then begin to understand and believe that you are worthy and whole and safe and a bright, shiny soul from the universe, right? However, when you have made all of these safety measurements, right, like that ego is there to protect you. So it is your friend. And then ultimately what happens is that it starts to turn against you, right? So all of those behaviors that you had of keeping yourself safe no longer work for you anymore. And then you're just like, oh, crap. This is no longer working for me because these same exact tools are now not working, whether it's dating the same type of person, or being super structured in your life, or being really controlled, or like having no boundaries, or being a people pleaser or an overgiver, right? It works until it no longer works. And then you're kind of like stuck behind this like huge wall of defense mechanisms and ego stuff. And that's when that ego becomes the enemy. And then you're like kind of just stuck behind this brick wall. And so the goal in the healing, after you're kind of like in that dark night of the soul, is to not completely eradicate that frenemy or that brick wall, right? Because then you're totally exposed and all the things. So that it is really to take a look at each brick, so to speak, in this wall and go, hey, does this work for me anymore? And then if it doesn't, then we look at it, we heal it, and then, and we get rid of it. And then there are other bricks in that wall that are actually, because the ego is not all negative. There is the unhealthy ego, and then there's the healthy ego, right? Which is like your personality. And so it's about looking and seeing what still works for you, what is helpful for you, and healing the pieces that are not helpful so that you can eventually build up that soul part of yourself and not be crippled by that frenemy. And, and so you're no longer kind of trapped behind that brick wall, but then you've kind of healed some stuff, and then you have a healthy little stone wall that's, I always imagine it being in the English countryside for some reason, and there's a field and the sun and the flowers, and you could hop over it or you could stay behind it, and you've got some flexibility and growth in that wall now versus it basically imprisoning you. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. I also wanted to share that we have about a month. It's a month exactly. Oh my gosh, it's a month exactly to the Journey Back to Your Soul Spring Retreat. We are going to be meditating. We're going to be in beautiful spring mountain air. We are going to have lots of nature walks and lots of downtime. This is all about calming your nervous system, and so we could rest and digest. We are also going to be doing group hypno sessions. They are going to be about soul contracts and past life regression. So there will be 2 group hypnos in there. There's going to be journal time. There's going to be exercises. There's going to be connection time. Let's see what else. The hotel and breakfast, snacks, and lunch are all included. Leavenworth is an amazing little town that has an awesome restaurant. So dinner is on your own. You'll go with other retreat members or you go on your own. I went to all the dinners last time because, it was amazing just being able to connect. So I invite you to Nurture Yourself, April 18th to the 21st. It's a Thursday. It starts Thursday evening. And we'll be doing a little grounding meditation, a little, connection time. And then Friday and Saturday are like the bulk of the retreat. And then we close on Saturday night. And you also have another night at the hotel so that you could enjoy your entire day on Sunday before heading back home. So I like to kind of put in that little padded time so you don't feel like you're, doing all this amazing healing, retreaty work, and then you got to bust out of there and go home. I am working on getting a yoga class in there, and yeah. That's about it. So I hope to see you there. If you have any questions, DM me. And that's it for today. Have an awesome week. It's beautiful and sunny here in Seattle. Spring has finally arrived. Okay. Mwah. Bye.